Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Joffy and welcome back to another video. Today I have some Modern Warfare 3 gameplay for you. Not the greatest gameplay in the world. Mostly this is a review of the Weekend 1 beta that we have now just experienced. And it's going to be quite a harsh review. However, this is actually my second take at doing this video. I have a video all lined up, was about to click upload, and Sledgehammer have gone ahead and tweeted that they are addressing 3 of the changes that are on my list of cons that I wanted to see changed. So I'm going to redo the video and just give a bit more of positive feedback, I guess, or just go into more of the other feedback that I had. Just going to the background gameplay, I joined late into a Rust game, and it was a pretty decent game. Showed off the ACR, I really like it. And the second game is, just in case I talk too long, is Skid Row using the UMP45, and didn't really do that great, didn't really do too poorly. I must admit, I just had some funny deaths and also some questionable deaths, so I thought I'd just show it off. But yeah, first of all, I'd like to go into what I like, because I don't want to make this all negative. Overall, this game feels really good. I like it. It is basically Modern Warfare 2. Which I have actually really enjoyed, except they fixed all of the problems that I had. For instance, the time to kill, they've made that longer because I swear it was just way too short in MW2. Headshots meant they were detrimental. You could literally one-shot people if you hit the head. But basically, if you went into hardcore, I would go into hardcore shipment rather, go into normal shipment, and it would still feel like I'm playing hardcore. It was way too quick. You know, SMGs were killing as fast as the assault rifles at long distance, just to be clear. But that has now been fixed, although I will say maybe you could knock a bullet off the time to kill, just bring the hell down a little bit. I think the reason I'm saying that is because the TTK is quite inconsistent in my opinion, mostly because of the guns. The Striker seems to 4 bullets a good majority of the time, whereas the ACR, I think I was having to hit 5 bullets consistently. I don't know, the Striker just seemed very good, and just to be clear, the UMP45, it seemed to just outgun ARs at long range if you hit the shots. I don't know, there were certain guns that seemed to kill a lot quicker than the rest, which is of course fine, but it made the time to kill feel a bit odd. So I think they need to do a little bit of tweaking with, not necessarily the health, but with the guns. But I do like the Striker 4 bulleting people. I think 4 bullets is probably perfect. The 5 bullets can feel a bit too long at times, but overall, time to kill, perfect. The new maps, what's not to love? It's just Modern Warfare 2 original maps. They're all remastered in all of their glory. Modern Warfare 2, the original, was my first COD, so nostalgia is there for me. Love all the maps, they're all brilliant. The new movement is definitely a big improvement. I think that was the main thing holding back Modern Warfare 2 the most last year, was the lack of movement. So I'm very happy to see the changes. I mean, overall, all of my pros are basically going to be Modern Warfare 2 was great. They have just improved it. They fixed all of the problems, or most of the problems that I had. Most of the problems that I'm thinking of at the moment, they fixed. They fixed the time to kill, they fixed the movement, and to be honest, those were the main things holding Modern Warfare 2 back, in my opinion. Oh, and the gun visibility, like the actual recoil of the guns are a lot better. In Modern Warfare 2, you would shoot and your gun will go all over the place. There was quite a bit of bloom, I think is probably the best way to describe it. In this game, it's a lot more tame, which is a massive improvement in my eyes. I was never a fan of the guns just going all over the place when you shot, because it was purely just a visual thing, and no, didn't enjoy it. So yeah, now to go on to the cons. Now, as I mentioned, this is my second time doing this video, so I'm going to touch on 3 things that I called out in the first video that have now been addressed and will be fixed going into Weekend 2. The spawns were dreadful. The sliding, as good as it was, there was a weird delay that I felt, and apparently that is actually an issue with the game that other players have also experienced. They are fixing that. And lastly, probably the biggest thing to why I didn't enjoy this beta too much was the visibility. The actual spotting the enemies was so hard to do. My first bullet in this game that I shot was directed straight at a teammate because I could not tell the difference between my teammates to the enemies, to the environment. Fortunately, all three of these things are going to be addressed. They are fixing the spawns, supposedly. In fact, I'm going to say supposedly for all of them. They are supposedly fixing the spawns. The slide delay, which, I mean, they can't really go wrong with that. They just removed what it was. Also, I think we watched the COD Next event. I don't think there was a delay there. I think the delay was only in this version of the beta, so it should be easy to fix. Because there was definitely no complaints about the sliding during the COD Next event. And lastly, as I said, the biggest one, the visibility. They're going to make the enemy operators easier to spot, which is a massive improvement. Especially for one of my favourite maps, Favela, because there are so many spots that you can sit in that map, and it was so hard to spot the enemies. Now I'm hoping that with the visibility changes, we'll be able to spot enemies clearly, and it will make these maps a lot more fun, a lot easier, and overall just a much better experience. I think if you fix those three things, this game instantly, oops, I hit the desk, sorry, hopefully you didn't hear that, instantly becomes very close to a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Or maybe like an 8 out of 10, because currently I think I'd rank it at 6. Maybe 7, I'm not sure. Now, some of the other things I want to see changed, the regen needs to be quicker, in my opinion. They have taken away stim, they've taken away quick fix. The regen has always been quite slow in Modern Warfare. The only thing that has fixed it was quick fix and stim. You could heal yourself instantly. Either bring it back or fix the regen, because right now you are one shot the majority of the time. And with the new fast gameplay, you just can't capitalize on it. As soon as you're made one shot, you have to stop. And in game modes like Rust, where you are constantly one shot, it makes it very difficult to go on streak. So anyone who's got a nuke on that map, by the way, well done. I mean, you've probably camped your ass off, but well done. It is extremely difficult with the current regen. And just to note, I didn't spend too long playing this beta, maybe only 2 hours. I did get bored of it, and mostly because of the lack of features. There was only 3 maps and, you know, a few game modes. It wasn't my cup of tea. Last con that I can think of at the moment is Battle Rage. I don't like it being a tactical. I think it should go back to being a field upgrade. Battle Rage is basically, as far as I can tell, it's replaced the stim. I don't think it should. It should go back to being a field operative or whatever it's called, a field upgrade. And I mean, I must admit, I don't know if anyone actually ever used it in MW2, but it was better suited there than anywhere else. Now, those were my main real sort of criticisms with the game that I you know, really want to see changed. To actually summarise my beta experience as a whole, beta if you're American, it was ups and downs. And mostly downs because of the spawn sliding visibility. However, there could be more underlying issues that I'm not aware of that were hidden by those 3 main ones in the first place. For example, I just touched on Favela being difficult because there's so many spots and the visibility made it very difficult. Another thing which may come into play is the movement may not agree with the maps. I don't want to stand by that comment yet, because I think my experience was hindered by the fact that those 3 issues with spawn, sliding, visibility were present. But once those are fixed, if I'm still having issues, the next thing I would put it to would be the movement, because it is very different. The maps do play differently with the current movement. I think we just got to wait and see. Beta comes back out tomorrow on PC. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to see the changes. I'm hoping now it will be very good. Plus, they're adding new content, so I'm really excited for the 3v3v3 game mode, which I think is called Cutthroat. That should be coming. And they're also adding one more map called High Rise. Called High Rise, as if you guys don't know what High Rise is. It's another map from MW2 original. It is awesome. I can't wait to play it. One passing comment about the maps. As much as I do love the fact that we've got remastered MW2 maps, I really don't like the fact that they're the only maps in the game, and especially the beta. I do like them. I wanted them back for ages. I didn't want them replacing new maps. I still want to play on new maps. I still want to experience new maps. And as far as I'm aware, we're not getting any new maps in Modern Warfare 3 when it actually comes out. That could be wrong. And obviously they will add new maps as time goes on. But on day 1 release, I'm not sure. Also, I'm not sure on this either, but I would really like to see the majority of Modern Warfare 2's maps, as in the last year Modern Warfare 2, returning in Modern Warfare 3. Because I do really like most of the maps. There are a few that can go. Everyone can agree Border can go. Maybe even Museum. You know, that isn't in my top 10 at all, but I mean, I don't mind the museum. It's a decent map. I think if we want a full-fledged game, I think we should just blend all the content. We may as well. We're already taking the guns, the camos, the store, which is already a dub. I really hope they take the maps. Don't know if they're doing that. I really hope they do. But anyway, cycling back to the MW3 beta. Those were my comments. Again, I'm making this second video just because they addressed 3 of my main concerns in my previous one. And I just wanted to make it again, go over it, make it a bit more clear as to what is currently happening. I'll likely make a second video on the weekend 2 once I have some gameplay and I've actually, you know, been able to play it, but that won't be out until next week at the very least, once the beta has ended. I am very interested to see what else they change, what else needs to be changed, and if they change it. I'm actually very impressed that Sledgehammer have already gone ahead and addressed 3 of the biggest issues with this beta. Because going into this beta, I was calling it a demo, because effectively the last few betas have just been a marketing campaign. We have played the game early, it's gotten everyone excited, and then we all played the full game, and it was the exact same as the beta. But in this one, they have actually addressed issues. They're making changes. There was that Battle Rage God glitch, which I was playing during that time, and that also, you know, I was trying to keep my TTK comments away from that time because obviously the time to kill was ridiculous when you were in God mode. But yeah, this is an actual beta, and they're actually taking comments, criticism, and they're actually making changes. It's much less a demo this year, which I'm really, really happy about. And to be honest, I am excited. Multiplayer feels great. Campaign is always great. I'll be surprised if they somehow mess that up. And zombies, I'm really looking forward to. I know the zombies community are quite torn about the fact that there's no round-based mode. I'm sure they're going to add something like that in the future, or at least I hope they do. I do like the round-based stuff. However, I never played Outbreak. I must admit, I didn't even realise it was a thing. I did take a break from COD for a little bit because it did go through a dry patch. But the idea of DMZ plus zombies really appeals to me. You know, you could go on multiplayer, play all those games, and then you get absolutely tired of all the sweaty lobbies or whatever. You go chill out, play some zombies with your mates. That sounds perfect. I cannot wait for that. And the fact that you can grind camos in there as well, I think this year is going to be a very good year for COD. Plus, I can still play as Homelander, because I bought that in MW2 and it will transfer over, so that'll be sick. But yeah guys, I think that's all my comments. If I have any more, I'll address it either via editing or in the comments. Please leave your feedback of the weekend one in the comments as well. Comment whether or not you agree with me. I'm very interested to hear what you think, as these are obviously just my opinions. And yeah, I'm excited for weekend 2. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.